Okay, I was in the middle of playtesting this deck, and I realized I was laughing a lot. So even though I'm still playtesting, I just want to start recording anyway. I feel like this is going to be good stuff. A while back, I paired up 4 of the Phyrexian Vindicators with 4 Phyrexian Obliterators, which cost 4 black. And I pointed out those aren't normally things that Magic expects you to play together. Goodbye, creature. So I made a very interesting kind of deck. It was a 5-color deck. And I liked it, I had fun with it. But that deck needed legendary creatures. So I took the Vindicators and Obliterators out, and I made a legendary deck out of that one. And it worked out pretty nice. If they have a spell and want to force them to use it now, they don't use it. Interesting. So now, let's just bring out a Vindicator. Life is good. So I split off that deck. I removed the Vindicators and Obliterators. I made the 5-color deck with a bunch of other legendary creatures in their place, and it worked great. And now, I'm moving to the other half, where I bring back the Vindicators and Obliterators, but just with black and white colors, just with black and white land sources. And we don't have a lot of creatures in the deck. We have some tokens we can make with Virtue of Loyalty, and other than that, we have Vindicators and Obliterators. And that's all we got. So if they play a card like The End on a Vindicator, they can get rid of half of the creatures in our deck with 1 card. What are you doing? Did they not read the card? What is going on? 3 damage. Okay. I don't think they read the card. Nobody cares about my Ral. Do they? They know we have this, so let's play this. They can't block anything in the sky. And now it becomes a 6/6 untapped. Yeah, they couldn't stop that. They couldn't stop that. I should have made this deck 6 months earlier. Let's go in and examine the whole deck. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. My name is Travis. Welcome to the new subscribers recently. And so here we have the Phyrexian Obliterator. 5/5 Phyrexian Hordes got trample. Whenever a source deals damage to the Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So we can't do damage to it ourselves, or we're going to lose our stuff. Phyrexian Vindicator is its white counterpart. If damage would be dealt to it, you prevent that damage. When damage is prevented in that way, it deals that much damage to any other target. And so that's a 5/5 with flying instead of trample. To help us with this deck, here's what we got. We got a bunch of protection. We got a little bit of creature removal. And we got some ways to bring it back out of the graveyard. So we've got to break the spell to destroy target enchantment. This is against white or blue in case they freeze these guys. We just have one really quick, easy way to get it free all of a sudden. Crumb and Get It. Give a creature +2/+2. If the gift was promised by giving the other player a food, that creature also gains indestructible. So a nice 1-mana instant way to prevent it from being destroyed. Final Showdown, again, mostly looking to do choose a creature you control and have it gain indestructible, so we just need 2 mana. I guess we could save it for a board wipe if we thought we needed to. Another 1-mana protection, Lord's Escape. Target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible, plus we get to scry. 1 Surge of Salvation. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Prevent all damage that black and or red sources would deal to creatures you control this turn. If they're going to destroy our creature, and we have 1 black mana, we will sacrifice the creature and just draw 2 cards. Because we need to find a replacement creature. I've got 1 search spell with Insatiable Avarice. Need 3 mana. We could search the library for our next creature card, shuffle and put that card on top. Mirrodin Avenged. This is in case they have big creatures that we can't destroy. If we can block with Phyrexian Vindicator, maybe, and we do some damage to them, but they're like a 10/10 or whatever, we could then play Mirrodin Avenged and go ahead and destroy the creature as long as we did deal it at least 1 point of damage. Not Dead After All. Target creature gains when the creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped with a Wicked token roll attached to it. So these would become 6/6. They'd come back tapped, but they'd still be alive. Deadly Riposte deals 3 damage to target tapped creature, and you gain 2 life. A little bit of life gain in the deck. Not a lot, just that one. Destroy Evil. Again, if we run into trouble with enchantments or they play Sheoldred, destroys target creature with toughness 4 or greater. We just don't want to be attacked. So I have 4 copies of Not on My Watch. Exile target attacking creature. If they're not mean to me, then we're fine, right? Take up the shield. Gain lifelink and indestructible. Okay, so second source of lifelink if I can put it on one of my good creatures. 2 copies of Fake Your Own Death. Creature gets +2. And when it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and you create a treasure. Nice. 1 Cut Short. So we do have a way to destroy target planeswalker or a tapped creature. Join Forces if we have 2 target creatures. This is kind of my funds card. I always try and find 1 card that I play just for fun that maybe is inadvisable. But if we get a couple of these creatures out, we can attack and then lull our opponent into a false sense of security, and they'll finally feel free to attack us, and then we can untap both creatures and they're in for a world of hurt. Make your move, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. Legion to Ashes, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls in all tokens. So if they go big with a bunch of tokens, maybe we can help get them under control with that card. And we have our own copy of the End to get rid of a creature or a planeswalker, search through their deck and exile any cards that have that same name. So if they got 4 copies of something pesky, we'll get rid of it. 4 Virtues of Loyalty, so we can get some 2/2 White Knight creature tokens down with Vigilance. So technically, maybe you want to say I have 12 creatures in the deck. What's awesome about this card is that you can bring them in as an instant, so you're creating them on your opponent's turn. Lots of surprise value there. And 1 Invasion of Tavada, so we can return a permanent from the graveyard to the battlefield. So if they do, again, try and kill one of these, we'll just bring it back. We've got just white and black in here for the most part. And I've got 3 Restless Fortresses, so we can turn those into a 1/4 white and black nightmare creature until end of turn. When it attacks, defending player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. A 3rd source of life link or life gain in the deck. And these cards are, each one of these cards are all in here for a reason. And I've been winning all of my games so far because I had the right card in my hand at the right time, and the combinations really, really worked. I don't know how long that'll hold, but I just call the deck Vindicator Obliterator, so you know the 2 main pieces. We want to get them down on the field. We want to protect them. If they die, we want to resurrect them right away. If they go to the graveyard, we want to bring them back out of the graveyard. Our opponents are going to be overloaded on just these 2 types of cards. Assuming we survive long enough. Nothing is guaranteed, especially not on Arena. Okay, it's the second turn, I recommend you play a land. They must have some instants. They're taking a long time to figure things out. Scalding Viper. Okay. What do we want to do against that? I feel like we want to go get a creature. We are getting close. Let's do... I don't have the right mana source yet. Let's wait. It doesn't do any good to warn them ahead of time if we're going to have to sit for 3 or 4 more turns without being able to summon the creature that they see in our hand. That's an enchantment. Haha! Still take a point of damage from it. In the shock, okay. Because they weren't satisfied with the amount of damage. Okay, there we go. Now, search for a card, pay the 3, take 1 point of damage, and it needs to be a black creature, because one of those is a swamp. So don't misclick here, whatever you do. They don't get to see what that card is. And since we're dealing with red, if they can't kill us this turn, we're doing pretty good. That's all? That's it? Okay. We play this. We play this. If they try and kill it, they're going to have to sacrifice all of their mountains. And we'll just bring it back the next turn. They're dead. There's just nothing they can do. Whatever they do, it just doesn't matter anymore. 3 points of damage. Congratulations, you have to sacrifice 3 things immediately. Did you not read the card? We wait for them to figure their way out of this mess. There is no way out of this mess. That's the secret. They kill it. They now have to sacrifice 5 things. Please don't have yet another. If they do, they have another instant. How many points of damage is that going to be? Like 8? They kept 1 land. Welcome back. One damage to each opponent and creature. Okay. They're trying so hard. You can't attack. Okay, if they have a shock or a lightning bolt, I'm dead. If oh, never mind. They need to get a land down first. They just can't. There's nothing they can do. It's just completely hopeless. We're gonna beat mono red. Life is good. This feels so wonderful. I can even exile a target attacking creature. What do you got? One lightning bolt? That was magnificent. Arena's tricking me. They want me to take this into ranked. You know I'll get slaughtered in ranked. I'm not falling for that. We're staying out of ranked where it's safe. Relatively speaking. They got so close, didn't they? I guess if I wanted to play it conservatively, I would have used my land to gain 2 life right then and attack them with the land, rather than risk a shock or a lightning bolt. But, as it turns out, they could only draw 1 card. It needed to be a land so they could do anything else later. Choose a color. Shoot. Let's be a little greedy. Because I only have a black creature when I choose a color here. This is usually meant to be the 4th card. There we go. That gives us a little bit of flexibility, perhaps. We can destroy that. Okay, so this is going to be white. Kind of hate it. Because I have a black creature. But in case I draw a Vindicator, I need to be ready at a moment's notice. I don't like that. Let's just get rid of it. We're not too afraid of attacking creatures at the moment. Nice little ramp card there. We do nothing. Missed a land drop. Do you have a protection spell? Too bad. That's why we kept all 4 lands open. Missed another land drop. We'll keep everything open again. They're not missing land drops. If they do, they just get a ramp spell that gets them their land anyway. Must be nice. But you're tapped out. Sorry, you're going to lose your Academy of Whispered Hopes. I'm not really sorry. So we're just not getting our 5th land. I need 5th land for virtue of loyalty. We're just not getting it. Arena's had enough. Wow. Wow, look at that. Look at that. It's impressive. Okay, so we got 4 white land sources. They're giving us Phyrexian Obliterators, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, can't do anything. We've got this. In case they don't have another royal treatment. Oh no. That's a bit of a problem. I think we're dead. Whenever I see Gruff triplets, we're pretty much dead. Let's get rid of Surak and Gorkov. Let's do that. I need a Vindicator. That's not a Vindicator. Don't have anything in my deck, and we missed a land drop, so we're dead. That's, how many turns was that? Like 4 turns without a land? Arena, you're just plain cheating on me now. I win a couple games. Okay, then it's time for land starvation. Okay, whatever. Can't they just turn that switch off for one night of the year? That was a little ridiculous. Our opponent is Prometheus. I like the sound of that. Hello, Prometheus. So we just got dealt the same amount of lands in our opening draw as we got the entire last match. More. We just got dealt more. I can now cast any color creature I need to almost already. We do the untap so we can cast Virtue of Loyalty. They almost always fall for it. Death Touch, gross. Landfall, gross, followed by Fabled Passage, so we're back to that nonsense. Okay, we hope they attack. They don't attack. Okay, we're not getting our creatures yet. We just need a creature now. They're not attacking at all. They're just going to kill me by dropping lands every turn. And now, because we got 4 lands last time, we've got 7 lands and 5 spells. Thank you, Arena, for doing things the opposite way this time. Flooding out is wonderful for me. I really enjoy it. They're so happy to just sit there. Yay! We did something. Fountain Port goes away. Can't stop the landfall triggers. Notice how the opponent's not missing a land drop the entire time. They got the landfall creature. They didn't attack again. What is going on? And why am I doing nothing but drawing land, no matter what I do? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to die because there's just nothing else to do. How many lands? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lands and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells total. Yeah, that's pretty gross, Arena. I get to untap all of my non-existent creatures. Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. We're supposed to have like 50% odds of within the first draw or two getting one of our 8 creatures. Something like that. I forget the exact percentage. We're not supposed to just draw land after land after land. I have the minimum. I have 24 lands in here. I did not go get anything extra. They like their stuff. Virtue of Loyalty. Just on the off chance it might come in handy. Lots of Surveil lands here. 3 colors. Swing in for the hit. See if this does anything. It does! Sweet. We're in business. This just adds a counter to a creature. Okay, so let's get rid of one of these. Hello. Take action. Go get the swamp. Put down the tap land. Attack. Play the land. Have the hexproof ready. Come on, you got 5 lands, do something. I don't want to have to dance around counter spells. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm okay with that. Phyrexian Obliterator. No. Oh, phew. I was going to say, you need 2 blues to do a counter spell. I can't count colors that bad. That was 1 blue. I counted correctly. That's why we went after this. What did they do? They got rid of Plumecreed Escort. Okay. I had Surge of Salvation ready with the Mirrex. It could do any color if it enters in the turn. So if they had something to get rid of... Oh, no. Ward 3. Okay. We're going to take a moment out of here, out of our busy schedule. Let them think they have a free hand. Still 5 lands. Destroy target enchantment. Yes. There's an argument I should wait for this. But now I have Surge of Salvation any turn. And Virtue of Loyalty kicks it off now, so that it's a 6/6 instead of a 5/5. And we are ready. Destroy all creatures. This particular card doesn't prevent that. Come on, come and block it. Come and block it. Thank you. We're not gifting them anything. Just doing a +2. Our land gets tougher. We let them continue to surveil. Board wipes, huh? One enchantment down. That's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap card. Lots of flexibility. Okay, we have Indestructible, we have Hexproof. We got some stuff. Can't believe I'm contemplating using it on a 2/2 token, but, you know, whatever. Okay, Exile. Hexproof. Not again. Life is good. How? Wait. Is it indestructible forever? Blah, 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 blah. Indestructible counter. It's indestructible forever. Exile. Neener, neener, neener. Can't create a copy of something if it's not there in the first place. Hey, like those beans. Counterspell this. No. No. It's what you get trying to do counterspells. He's not hanging around for the rest of it. We beat them with a 2/2 token, everybody. I make all this effort to make all these protections from my big creatures, and they just happen to have a really good spell. And this, it's not like there aren't a lot of good spells, right? There's like a dozen good spells that could probably get rid of my creatures and get around my protection spells. But if you're going to get rid of my big creature, I'm going to kill you with my token just out of spite. Just so you know. And that seems worse somehow. Doesn't that seem worse? Don't you feel worse? If you're getting beaten by a Vindicator or an Obliterator, that's a mythic rare Phyrexian horror, right? With a really bomb of an ability. If you get beat down by a token, How sad do you feel at the end of that battle? Planeswalkers. All basic lands, so Demo Field's not going to be helping me. I just need any color, any untapped color source, and we're on the board. You don't have any tokens yet, you don't have any counters yet, so casting the spell doesn't actually give you anything. That's the card we need against Planeswalkers. That's perfect. We don't use Restless Fortress yet. We hope they forget about it. Three stun counters. Okay, if we get another land, Virtue of Loyalty fixes that. And we're getting mana starved again. Thank you, Arena. Look at that. It's a special land. I can do stuff with that. Let me go get a swamp real quick. Shh, don't tell anyone. Okay. Counter spells or not? Not counter spells. Three colors, so three different ways they could get rid of it, and we're all tapped out. Just putting a stun counter on it. Okay. That's kind of cool. They can still keep putting extra counters here now with Ickermoon Gauntlet. So if they've got a bunch of these, they can tap down almost everything I've got, except for the fact that I've got Virtue of Loyalty that can untap everything. So I'm hoping, if they have counter spells, I'm hoping they use them here and forget about Virtue of Loyalty for a second. Another tap spell? Sunfall, okay. More tap spells. Beyond the damage of Deadly Riposte. Okay, so it didn't completely untap it. It just removed one of the stun counters. That's how the stun counters work. So I can't untap it immediately. But I think it's time to get rid of that. We don't need to be adding additional counters onto anything anymore. We keep this for a Planeswalker. Get rid of the stun counter there. 3 stun counters left. Get ready to use Nut on my watch against the 4/4. Tap up to 2. Another stun counter. So that's how this match is going to go. It's going to be a long match. Or maybe not. Look what I can do. We can beef up the land each time we do that. Sunfall's not going to help you against the land. Where's their black spells? They're splashing black for some reason. Archangel? Lovely.
So long as I am by your side, you will be protected. You will shine bright, hero.
So sorry about what happened to your planeswalker.
Finish what we started.
What do we want to do? I think we just want to do this. We will accept that for now. Ooh, look at that. If they got another Sunfall, they're going to need to use it now. Impede momentum? Why would you do that on this instead of this? Let's see. Oh, expel the interlopers. That's my favorite card. They've got alternate art. Aww. Alright, yeah, for some reason, I don't know if it's coincidence or not. Oh, hello. I think that's only the second one I have of that. Sweet. Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the first instant, sorcery, or auto spell other than Alania, you can have the opponent draw a card. If you do, you copy that spell. Okay? Kind of fun. Let's go and let's end it here. I am having a lot of fun with this deck. I think I probably will keep it and keep playing it. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of tap opponents, and they think that's going to work. But, yeah, you can tap down these creatures, but I have stuff I can create with Vigilance, and I have enchantments that untap everything, so it's very helpful with that. And then, I mean, just the other stuff that I have seems to be enough. No matter what they try and do, I feel like I've got a nice assortment of one-off things, and then just 4 copies of Not on My Watch to stop them when they straight up decide to attack me. It feels like a good deck. But, as always, I'm open to constructive criticism. Let me know what you think of this deck and these battles. As always, what are we going to do? We're going to thank our sponsor. We're going to ask you to like and subscribe because we want the channel to grow. And we're going to have something new for you next time. Any questions or comments? Leave them in the comment section below. You know all this, right, by now? If you've been around a while, you know the spiel. If you don't, again, thank you for the new subscribers. This is Tpull signing off from Tpull's World. Travis signing off from Tpull's Corner. And everybody have a good one. Thanks.